Hello everyone, my name is Addie. Welcome to this flow that's all about hamstring flexibility. So as always, making sure you're modifying to suit your body's needs. Maybe using props and blocks and straps would be awesome in this flow. And have fun. I hope you guys enjoy the flow. Beginning in a tabletop position on all fours. Shoulders come right over the wrists and hips right over the knees. Walk your hands an inch or two in front of the shoulders and begin some rocking motions forward and back, starting small and gradually making these motions larger, coordinating your movement to your breath. Inhaling as you hinge forward and exhaling as you press back. Continuing this motion, building heat in your body, warming up your muscles, feeling good. Pausing for a second to tuck the toes, pressing the hips back closer towards the heels. Continue the rocking. Bringing more power to the breath, pressing the air out strongly with every exhale. Next time you're back, go ahead and hold there. Activating the stretch, pressing through the palms, and then walk the hands an inch or two closer towards you, pressing the ground away, maybe lifting your knees a little, and walking closer and closer. Opening up through the hips. Straightening the legs slightly. And releasing down. Straightening them a little more. And pressing down. Continue this flow several more times, straightening through the legs. And coming back down into your squat. Knees come wide of the rib cage. Exhale. Straighten out and release. Take a few more of these. Sliding the hands forward, pressing through down dog and walking the feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Allowing your head and neck to hang long, releasing through the shoulders. Go ahead and interlock hands at opposite elbows if that feels good. Continuing to rock out gently left to right. Go ahead and find neutral, bringing the hands down to the mat, bending deeply into the knees. And on the exhale, straightening out. Bending deeply and extending. Bending and extending. Take a few more of these, warming up through the hamstrings, getting our body moving. Bending and straightening, seeing if you can straighten out a little bit more, get a deeper stretch. Feel free to take any little wiggles or movements that feel good here. This is your body, your practice. I'm just here to lead you. Bending into the right knee. And the left. To the right. And the left. One more each side. Switching. And finding your way back to neutral, shaking it out a little bit. Rolling yourself all the way up one vertebrae at a time, shaking out. Bringing hands to heart center. Taking a deep breath in, sweeping the hands to either side, reaching up and then exhaling as they draw back to heart center. Inhaling, reaching, and fold. Halfway lift, and fold. Sweep to standing, heart center, fold. Halfway lift, fold, sweep to standing, fold, halfway lift, fold, sweep to standing. One more time through, folding, halfway lift, folding, sweep to standing, folding, halfway lift, holding here, pulling the shoulder blades down along the back. Deep breath in, exhale and release and fold, planting the hands, stepping back, finding plank, holding the shoulders strong. Nice flat line in the body. You should feel your core working here. Drawing the right knee to right elbow, left to left. Building some heat in our body. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Stay strong. One more. Right, left, and hold plank. Deep breath. Exhale, down dog. Walking it out side to side. Taking a deep breath in, rising up high on the toes, and walking or hopping your feet up to meet your hands. Sweep to standing, and fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, find plank, building a flow here. Right knee to right elbow. Left to left. Right to right. Last one on the left. Deep breath. Exhale, down dog. Continue here, high on the toes. Exhale and walk or hop, feet to hands, halfway, and fold. Sweep to standing. Exhale, fold, and lift. Plant the hands, step back, plank. Right knee, left, right, left. Deep breath in. Exhale, down dog. High on the toes. Walk or hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Sweep to standing. Fold. Halfway lift. Plank. Right knee. Left knee. One more time, each side. Stay strong. You've got this. Deep breath. Down dog. Walking it out here, taking some extra time. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. Lifting high on the toes. And pressing the heels down a little bit closer. One more time, lift up high, pressing the chest towards the thighs. And lowering the knees down towards the mat, finding your tabletop once again, and extending the right leg back behind you. Beginning to press into the heel, getting a nice stretch through the calf. When we release this stretch, we'll hinge forward, lifting the right leg, lowering down, finding chaturanga arms, pressing up and returning to the stretch in the calf. So lifting, exhale, a little push up and stretch. Lifting, push up and stretch. Lifting, push up, keeping those elbows in to either side. One more time, lifting up, pressing, lifting, and return. Get one last stretch here. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. So left leg will extend back, pressing into the calf. Moving into the same flow on this side. Engaging the left leg, lifting it up, push up, lift and back. Continue here, lift, push up, lift and back. So as you move through that chaturanga push up, keeping the elbows in, glued to the sides, shoulders down and back, staying very strong, core is braced. One more, lift up, press down, lift, and press into the heel. Returning the left knee to meet the right. And walking the hands a little bit forward. We'll take some hip circles here. So drawing a big circle with the hips dropping on over to the right. And rounding the back as you come to the back of the circle. Pausing for a second and switching directions. Tucking the toes, walking the feet to the hands, finding forward fold again, grabbing opposite elbows and allowing your head and neck to release. If you'd like to take a shoulder rinse, go ahead and bend more deeply into the knees, clasping the hands behind the back and pulling the shoulder blades towards one another. If that feels all right on your shoulders, allow the weight of your hands to take you into a deeper stretch. Bending deeply into the knees, releasing the hands, and taking a forward fold. Keeping one foot at the front, stepping the other back. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold here. So reaching the hands out in front, having a slight bend into the knees at first, finding length through the spine. Every exhale, allowing your body to sink deeper. Exhale and come a little bit further. If it feels good with your knees bent, either stay there or see how it feels to straighten them a little more. Another option for a straight arm variation, reaching the hands in front of you as if you're pressing into child's pose from a wide-legged straddle. So activating the stretch, pressing through the palms, sending your hips high, finding length through the spine. Bringing the hands right under the shoulders, bending slightly into the right knee and leaning over to one side and into the left. And continue this flow side to side. Deepening the stretch into the hips, each time you come over. Lots of variations here. This is one of my favorite exercises for hip mobility. So if you're coming lower, there's an option to completely take the hands out of the equation and hold them up at heart center. So this makes it more of a balance and strength maneuver. Take a few more, then coming back to your wide-legged forward fold. Walking the hands over to the right side. And the option to take a bind here if you'd like. I'm wrapping my right arm behind my leg and my left hand comes around my right wrist. And switch sides. Gently releasing and coming back to center. Stepping the back foot up to meet the front, finding forward fold at the top of your mat. And shaking those legs out, slowly rolling the body all the way up to standing. Deep breath in, meeting at heart center. Shaking out the legs a little more. And keeping the left foot forward, stepping the right foot back about 3 feet, straightening out through both legs and squaring the hips towards the front of the room. Standing tall and pivoting at the hips, bending forward, coming towards pyramid pose. If it's a big enough stretch to stay here, do so. Otherwise, option to bring your hands to your shin or to the floor. If you have a block available, I highly suggest it. Begin to find some movement, hinging slightly forward and slightly back. You'll notice when you're in the forward position, you'll feel a deeper stretch than in the back position. So I'll start moving here so you can watch. Hinging forward and back. Forward and back. Doing a couple of these, just noticing how your hips feel and how the position of your hips affects your hamstring flexibility. Moving into our next posture, there's several options here. So option 1, bending into that back knee, lowering down, would be to lower to about here or drop the seat all the way to the floor and stretch out over that front extended leg. Or option 2 from pyramid pose would be to lower down and take a one-legged squat here, reaching one hand or both hands around the front foot and finding balance. Feel free to use the opposite hand to help you hold your balance at first till you get used to it, eventually reaching both hands around the foot or ankle. Have fun with this one. Feel free to pause the video and work on it more if you'd like. And wherever you're at, lowering down, extending that left leg again, allowing the right knee to fall out to the side, reaching up tall and folding forward. Coming to one with your breath. With every exhale, pulling a little further, activating the stretch. Taking a deep breath in and lift up a few inches. Exhale and fold. One more like that. Lift and release. Slowly rolling yourself back up to seated tall, big roll in the shoulders. Hinging forward, bending into that front knee and stepping both feet up to the front of the mat to meet in forward fold. Deep breath in as the hands sweep up to either side, meeting at heart center. Hands will come to the hips and the left foot will step back about 3 feet this time, finding pyramid pose on the right side. So taking whatever variation you did on the other side so we can make ourselves even. Hinging slightly forward and then finding your edge in this posture, whether that be hands to a block, your shin, or all the way to the floor. I do want to urge in this posture that you are looking to find as much length through the spine as possible. So if you find that you're rounding a lot and you're reaching for your ankle or the floor, I would back off so that you can find more length through your spine. That will be much more beneficial and better for your body. Again, finding those hinges slightly forward and slightly back, seeing how that feels. Few more hinges forward and back here, and we'll begin to bend into the left knee, sinking low with the hips, taking whatever variation suits you, whether you keep that right leg extended and make it a stretch or make it more of a strength and balance pose, taking the one-legged squat. If you're feeling comfortable in this squat, trying to pull the shoulder blades back together, finding length through the spine again, a huge hamstring stretch here. Wherever you're at, go ahead and sink the hips low, allow the left knee to fall out to the left, reaching the hands high, and reaching forward, folding. Halfway lift and fold. Halfway lift and fold. Let all that air go, pull a little tighter, then slowly roll the way up. Release both legs forward, shake them out. Leaning back a little bit here. Pressing your chest and then rounding chin to chest, pressing forward. And rounding, pulling your belly button in. Pressing. And rounding. One more forward. Lifting the hips if you like, getting a stretch through the shoulders, staying strong. One more breath in. Hold. And release. Sitting tall, reaching the hands high. And forward. Taking a forward fold. Deep breath in. Let it go. Rise halfway and fold. Pulling a little closer and slowly releasing all the way up to seated. Big roll in the shoulders and shake it out side to side. Just let everything loose. Finding neutral and laying back on your back, pulling knees into chest. Rocking gently left to right. Eventually allowing the right leg to go long, the left knee hugs into the chest. Extending the left foot towards the ceiling. Don't worry about having the knee come straight. Just holding behind the thigh. To come a little deeper, either straightening the leg or walking the hands up towards the calf, pulling the foot closer to you. Creeping the hands up a little bit higher. Breathing into the stretch. So 2 options for the next posture. If you're able to reach around your toe, opening the leg up to the left. If that's not an option for you, go ahead and bend into the knee, holding your hand around your ankle and holding there. So I'll show that here. Bending the knee, holding around the ankle and opening out to the left again. Gently returning to center and taking your right hand around the outside of your left knee, taking a big twist on over to the right, gaze goes to the left. Returning to center, giving that left knee a big hug in. Then go ahead and switch sides, allowing the left leg long, right knee comes to chest. Taking the same stretches on this side, so extending the right foot up towards the ceiling. Interlacing the hands below the thigh, and then walking them up to find your edge. We spend a decent amount of time here, so really take your time easing into the hamstrings. Opening up to the right side of your body. Go ahead and take whatever variation you did on the other side and whatever suits you. Opening up the right hip, breathing. Wherever you're at, pulling the knee back to the chest and taking the left hand around the outside of the right knee, twisting to the left side. Gaze goes to the right. Drawing yourself back to center, both knees come to chest. And taking some rock and rolls up, forward and back. Waking up your body, energizing as you come forward, dropping your feet down. See if you can come back to a forward fold here. We'll take a few final stretches. So I want you to take this time to compare how your hamstrings feel now to how they did at the beginning of class. Hopefully you're feeling good. So hands walk to the outside of the left foot. And the outside of the right. Finding center, and last pose of the class today will be gorilla pose. Having the palms of your hands facing up and begin to walk them underneath your toes, bending as deeply as you like into your knees to make this work. Play around with shifting a little forward and a little back, maybe wiggling your toes, giving the backs of your wrists a massage. Shaking out a little, go ahead and release all the way to standing. Taking one last deep breath in and let it go. Thank you all for flowing with me today. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.